What's up, you guys? Doing a lot of videos tonight because I'm trying to get my count up there. I told you guys I have 55 subscribers. I think this makes video 51. So unless something dramatic happens the next couple of days, and I should be that way, but I don't give two damns about making money or being famous because I'm already small town famous. John Doe is small town famous. I can't love that more than I do. I'm gonna get a bit personal on this. I'm not playing guitar, although I have guitars if I need them. I don't need them. I'll save you guys from that misery. I'm gonna get a little bit personal. I'm gonna tell you guys about the park at Paris, the other park when I was a kid, the bully and Alex, my daughter, and Tata. And if she sees this, she's gonna kick my. She thinks she will. She ain't shit. So every time I go to Paris, because I used to live off the square by the block. I don't even remember what the hotel's still there. This was 40 something years ago. But I told you guys that we grew up really poor. And that's not had nothing to do with this. But we lived like in a really, really, really poor part of town. I'll leave that to your imagination to maybe understand why I stood out. I lived in a poor part of town in 1980, 81, 82, 83 in Paris. And I'm still white. And I stood out like a sore thumb because my brother was in a different grade. He rode a different bus. So I would walk over there with him because he was bigger than me. And some of the kids that was his age was in my grade, if that makes sense. I'll leave that where it's at. I'm not trying to say anything, but some of the kids that was his age or older was still in my grade. I was not an advanced student. So these kids were at least a year or two bigger than me, older than me, and I stood out. Like this black microphone on a white shirt, if you know what I mean. And that's just what it was. The 80s were a different time. So we had to walk across this park, and I would walk over with my brother, and this freaking bus took 30, 45 minutes to come back around to pick us up. I don't know why, it's just the way it was. We can't make this stuff up. So for 30, 45 minutes, I was pestered and tortured and bothered by these older bullies. Yeah. And there was always way more of them. If it was one-on-one and they was way bigger than me, to this day, and I'm still this way, I feel like I've got a chance. One-on-one, one lumberjack can drop a big, big tree. And I'm a whole lot of lumberjack in me. But it was never one-on-one. It was always 3 or 4 big ones, or 4 or 5 or 6 big ones, messing with me. Take that for what it's worth. So, me and bullies, I don't like seeing people 2, 3, 4-on-1. If you're being bullied 4-on-1, brother, it just became 4-on-2. And I've got a lot of experience fighting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-on-1. A lot of experience. I'll make up for a couple. I'm not talking about that. I'm just trying to get you guys in the mindset of how much I dislike bullies. And I'm not trying to ask you for sympathy, nothing like that. And I definitely don't have a little man complex. I don't. I've had enough of your shit, and I'll tackle 2 or 3 of you because that's what I know. I never won, but every one of them knew I was there. Every one of them knew I was there. So that was a park at Paris. So that leads up to the bully and Alex. Alex, my daughter. I worked at the water department. I started in '01, and I went to the fire department in 10. So sometime between '01. She was born in '04, 3? I don't know. Anyway, so she's in daycare, and the bus drops her off at this daycare. Well, this older kid who went to a different school, she was probably in elementary, and the older kid that rode the bus was, probably in junior high, whatever, or maybe a different grade. I don't know. She would tell me about this kid that would a little fat white boy that would call her Alex Fatmo. Alex Fatmo, because she's got a beauty mark right here on her cheek. And this little girl, y'all, I'm telling you, Alex is a beautiful young lady. She's got a beautiful spirit. Um, she looks like me, and I pray to God she outgrows that, so she actually gets a boyfriend one day. God Almighty, she's she's the most beautiful, gentle soul you've ever seen. She don't even know how to fight. She has no idea how to fight, which I take full responsibility for that because I didn't want her growing up like me. Whew, man, kind of feel bad for that. But this kid would torment her. And she would go crying, and she would be crying when I picked her up. Sometimes I'd pick them up from daycare because I got off at 4:30. I'd be there before 5. Man, I loved having my kids. I couldn't wait, and it pissed me off every time. Well, then I realized that a dude that I used to work for doing shutdowns, which I've talked about before, was a bus driver during the week. And then on weekends, he owned a construction company, and I worked for him some years back. So I said, oh, now again, I work for the water department. So I was able to be, a little bit of planning, a little bit of plotting. I was able to be different spots where this bus stopped at. Yeah. And I knew the guy. So me, me that walked, it ain't no big deal for the water department to walk up and be like, hey, like, hey, man, how you been? And I did that 2 or 3 times. And I made sure he remembered me. And then we built this repertoire between he and I, my old boss, who remembered me, who loved me to death. And I still love him to death to this very day. I'm 50 years old. It's what, July 21st, 2024. Love that dude to death. He's a whole lot to do with why I am where I am. But I'm going back in time here. So I said, hey, I understand that this is what's going on. He said, well, man, Raj, I can't keep an eye on all the kids. I said, Joe, I get that. I'm not asking you for that. I'm not asking you to do anything crazy. I'm not asking you to do anything that will get you in trouble. I'm only asking you to let me know where that kid gets off at. No, I can't do that. Okay. Can you, the little stop sign that flips out and flips back? Yeah. Can you wave it at me 3 times? Because I'm going to follow you. Because I'm at the water department. I'm driving around this years and years and years ago. It'll be hard to prove. So if I just happen to be behind you and I happen to see where my daughter gets off, because I would stop all the time and, tell my kids, hey, I'm still at work, I'll be home, so whatever, they get out at 3, they're there a little after 3, I don't get off till 4:30. It's no big deal. I said, you're not telling me nothing. You understand what I'm saying? He said, just flap the old stop sign. I'll be the only one behind you. Okay. Well, it turns out that he did. And it turns out that I saw the kid that was calling her Alex Fatmole and bullying my baby girl. And Ethan, my other son, he's way smaller, so he can do anything to this older kid. So a couple of days went by. I just happened to be checking a meter. And this little kid gets off the bus. And I come walk to him and I said, hey, and I call him by his name. I said, come here. His eyes got big. I said, do you know, yeah? And I said some more things. Nothing bad. I knew that he lived with his mom. and his dad was in jail. I knew all that. I said, I understand you've got a problem with calling my daughter names, and I don't appreciate that. That's who that is. Somebody's knocking. Shall I let him in? Hey, get that door. Somebody's knocking, please. Open the door. Please and thank you. I'm doing a video. So I talked to that little boy and I said, listen, what I don't want is for you to be giving her shit, because what better not happen is I better not hear about you calling her any names, because if you do, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here. You know, that boy never, ever, ever called her name ever again. And I don't know why, because I didn't have nothing to do with that, whatever. But that's the story of the bully and Alex. Now then, my buddy Charlie showed up. I got to work on the phone. Tell y'all one more. Alex, my little girl, she's 20, almost 21. My God, I remember she's a baby. That's my like, holy cow. We're whatever. Me and her mom, whatever. The first kid moved into the big house we built, whatever. I'm just like, I say whatever a lot. I'm trying to get through this. Ethan, my boy, one of my boys. Damn, I'll explain it. He's a baby, and he's rolling around, and they're 10 months apart. Ethan's 3 months old, so Alex is maybe a little over a year old, and she's walking, and she wearing her little diaper, and she just whatever, being a baby. And I would work, and then their mom would work, and I would work, and their mom would work. We worked all the time. And I noticed, she needed her diaper change, and we would call Alex. We'd call her Sweet Pea, Sweetie Pie, Pea Pie, Sweetie, anything close to that. Like all the nicknames you call babies, whatever. And she'd running around. Sweetie Pie, where you at? Sweetie Pie, what? Are you hungry? Do you want this? Do you want that? And she wasn't talking. I mean, she wasn't even one. Whatever. She sure as hell wasn't two, for sure. Little fat chubby legs running all over the place. And I'm big on chase. They say I'm big on chase. I go, people, I chase you, whatever. And so I would chase them around. So when it's time to, hey, come here, let me change your diaper, she wanted to play chase. My fault. I started it, whatever. So I'm changing Ethan, and then he's not even crawling yet. He's a little baby, 3, 4, 5, 6 months old, maybe, I don't know. And I look up, she needs a diaper change. I said, Sweetie Pie, Petey Pie, Sweet Pea, whatever, come here, let me change your diaper. And she's running around. I'm trying to chase her. And I'm trying to change this baby, and I got this baby changed. I'm like, holy cow. I said, Pea Pie, come here, let me change your diaper. And she's la, 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 la. And she runs down the hall, and she runs all the way down the hall. She runs all the way back up. I said, Sweetie Pea, you gonna let me change your diaper? And she looks at me, Atata. I said, I've never heard this. I said, what? Atata. I said, no, sweetie, come here, let me change your diaper. Atata. Baby girl, come here, let me change your diaper. Atata. Sweetie Pea, come here, let me change your diaper. I'm not playing. Come here. Atata. You tata? And she got she's a baby. She got the little fat thighs. Atata. You tata? Atata. You tata. Dada. Atata. Atata. Well, come here, let me change your diaper. And she wants her little ta, and she runs down the hall, and I grab her up, and I'm swinging her, and whatever I do, and I got to change her diaper. And the whole time, ta. That's okay, tata. Damn, tata, let me change your diaper. Ta, da da tata, tata. To this day, that's Tata. We can call her Tata. Her mom can call her Tata. The grandbabies, if you're not family, you can call her Tata. You'll know damn well real quick you're not family. You cannot call her Tata. She hates that name, and I don't know why she picked it. She hates it. Whew, Lord. The bully, Tata, Parker. Okay, whew, Lord. All right. I got to do some stuff. Thank you, guys. Blake Bell, I know you're watching because you're bored as shit early in the morning. Miss Bonnie Reimer, uh, Bill, Vicky, Angie, Ricky Dye. I'm forgetting somebody. Sheila. I don't know who else. If you want me to holler at you, you got to tell me you subscribed. I got 55 people. I know like 6 of you. All right, love you guys. Bye.